In February 2021, a winter storm hit Texas and knocked out the power for 11 straight days. Millions of people had no heat, no light, and no way to cook food. Stores ran out of everything within the first few hours. People were lining up outside gas stations that had no gas to give. But not everyone was in that line. There was a quiet group of people who had already made one simple trip to one store. They had spent less than $80. They were sitting at home, warm, with light, with food, with options. The difference between them and their neighbors was not money. It was not luck. It was not some expensive survival kit from the internet. It was 7 items from Harbor Freight. That is what this video is about. I want to be honest with you before we start. I am not here to sell you fear. I am not here to tell you the world is ending. I am here to tell you what veterans already know about preparing for the moments when things go wrong, and things do go wrong. Texas 2021 proved that. Hurricane Katrina proved that. The 1973 oil embargo proved that. Every single time, the people who got through it were not the ones who panicked. They were the ones who had already prepared. And the veterans I have spoken to, the people who spent years operating in environments where there was no Amazon delivery and no store on the corner, they all say the same thing. They say Harbor Freight is where they shop. It's not Ray. Not the survival retailer with the tactical logo. Harbor Freight, because in the field, doctrine teaches you one thing above everything else. Redundancy beats premium every single time. You do not buy one expensive item, you buy 3 cheap ones. Because if one fails, you still have 2. That is the thinking behind every single item on this list. Let us start with the first item, and this one surprises people every time. Bungee cords. A 10-piece set from Harbor Freight costs $4. $4. Now I want you to think about why veterans would rank bungee cords as one of the most important items in any preparedness kit. On forward operating bases, bungee cords were the most hoarded item in supply. Not ammunition, not medical gear. Bungee cords. Because in a field environment, everything needs to be lashed, bundled, tensioned, or rigged. And nothing else does all 4 of those things at that price point. Think about what you can do with a 10-piece set. You can rig a tarp to create a shelter in under 5 minutes. You can secure your supplies to a vehicle during an evacuation. You can hang a clothesline to dry wet gear. You can bundle equipment so it does not become loose cargo when you are moving fast. Loose cargo in an emergency is not gear. It is a liability. Most people walk right past the bin at the register where these things sit. They are looking for the dramatic purchase. The knife, the fire starter, the tactical vest. Meanwhile, the item that connects every other piece of gear they own is sitting there for less than the cost of a coffee. $4. That is item 1. Item 2 is the heavy-duty Poly Tarp, and this is the single most versatile item in the entire store. A 6x8-foot tarp from Harbor Freight costs $5. A 10x12 is about $8. Here is the math that changes how you think about this. At $5 per tarp, you can buy 4 tarps for $20. That gives you 4 separate shelters, 4 deployment options, 4 locations covered. Now compare that to the prepper who buys 1 premium tarp for $60. 1 tarp means 1 location. 1 tarp means 1 failure point. If it rips, if it blows away, if you need coverage in 2 places at the same time, you are done. That $60 purchase just became 0 capability. It is not just shelter. A tarp is your rain collection surface. A 10x12 tarp pitched at an angle in a moderate storm collects enough water to fill a 5-gallon container. In an extended emergency, that is the difference between hydration and dehydration. Oh, a tarp is your ground cloth, your windbreak, your blackout barrier, your vehicle cover. And here's the one that most people do not know. The blue side of a standard Poly Tarp is visible from a low-flying aircraft at over half a mile. Veterans who have had to signal for help know this fact. Military shelter doctrine does not teach you to buy one perfect shelter system. It teaches you to layer cheap, replaceable materials into overlapping coverage. Grab 3 or 4 tarps in different sizes. You are looking at $15 to $20 for a shelter system that adapts to anything. That is item 2. Item 3 is the one I told you about at the beginning. The one that has been in combat medic kits since the Korean War, and the one that disappears from store shelves faster than water, faster than bread, faster than batteries, every single time an emergency is declared.
Nitrile gloves.
A 100-count box from Harbor Freight costs $8 to $12. That is 10 cents per pair of gloves. Now here is why combat medics treat these as non-negotiable. Most people who build a survival kit spend money on tourniquets, on gauze, on chest seals, and then they plan to apply all of that with bare hands. Oh, that is not a kit. That is a contamination risk sitting in a tactical pouch. Without a barrier between your hands and what you are treating, you are exposing yourself to blood-borne pathogens with every wound you touch. You are contaminating the wound you are trying to heal. You're creating secondary infection risk at the worst possible moment. And gastrointestinal illness in a grid-down environment is not just uncomfortable, it is life-threatening. It accelerates dehydration faster than almost any other factor in emergency medicine. The applications go way beyond medical care. You need gloves when you are handling contaminated water. You need them when you are dealing with sewage backup, which happens within the first day of any extended emergency. You need them for fuel handling, for food preparation when clean water for hand washing is not available. 400 critical functions, 10 cents per pair. Buy 2 boxes. Keep 1 in your vehicle and 1 at home. That is item 3. Item 4 is moving blankets, and I know what you are thinking. Moving blankets are for furniture trucks. That is exactly what I thought too, until I looked at the data from the Texas winter storm. People died from hypothermia inside their own homes during that storm. It's not outside, inside. Because houses built for Texas summers are not insulated for sub-freezing temperatures. Interior temperatures drop to dangerous levels within hours of the power going out. And the people who made it through the night were the ones who understood one basic physics principle. Dead airspace equals insulation. A Harbor Freight moving blanket costs $5 to $10. It is 72 inches by 80 inches. Dense cotton and polyester fill, thick woven exterior, designed to protect furniture during transport. That same insulation that protects a couch from scratches will protect a human body from losing heat. Draped over a sleeping position, a moving blanket traps body heat. 2 of them layered create a system that keeps you warm through a cold night. Hung over windows, they block drafts and reduce heat loss. Wrapped around pipes, they slow freezing. Laid on a concrete floor, they stop conductive heat loss, which is the fastest way your body temperature drops when you are sleeping on a hard surface. Now here's the comparison that matters. For moving blankets cost $30 to $40 total and cover an entire family. 1 sleeping bag rated for the same temperatures costs the same amount and covers 1 person. For blankets also double as supply padding when you are evacuating. They dampen generator noise when you wrap them around the housing. They work as blackout curtains. They can be used as improvised stretcher padding if you need to move someone who is injured. Buy 4. Keep 2 at home and 2 in your vehicle. That is item 4. Item 5 is something the civilian world almost always gets wrong. Veterans almost never do. Headlamps. Harbor Freight sells headlamps for $3 to $5 each. At that price, you do not buy 1. You buy 6. 1 in your vehicle, 1 in your go bag, 1 in the kitchen drawer, 1 in the bedroom, 1 in the garage, 1 in your coat pocket. 6 light sources distributed across your life for roughly $20 to $25 total. Now the civilian mistake is buying 1 tactical flashlight for $40 to $60. 1 light source, 1 location, 1 battery that is probably proprietary. If it is lost, the battery dies, or someone else in the household needs light at the same time. You are in the dark. Here is the physics that veterans understand. A $3 headlamp and a $40 tactical light produce functionally identical illumination for area lighting within 15 to 20 feet. You are not breaching a room. You are not signaling an aircraft. You are navigating your house during a power outage. You are finding the water shutoff valve. You are checking on your children. For those tasks, a $3 headlamp does the same job, but the real advantage is not the light itself. It is that both your hands are free. A headlamp means you are carrying supplies, turning wrenches, treating a wound with both hands working. A handheld flashlight eliminates 1 hand from every task you perform. Multiply that across 72 hours of no power, and the difference is enormous. And one more thing about Harbor Freight headlamps that most people miss: the red light mode. Red light preserves your night-adapted vision. Your eyes do not have to readjust every time you turn the light off. In a dark environment, that 30 seconds of adjustment time is the difference between seeing a hazard and walking into one. Buy cheap, buy many, distribute everywhere. That is the veteran's doctrine on lighting. And it costs $25. That is item 5. Item 6 is the hand tool set, and this one connects directly to something that happens within the first 72 hours of any serious emergency. Professional services disappear. No tow trucks answering calls, no repair shops open, no plumbers, no electricians, no contractors picking up the phone. Your vehicle has a problem, you fix it, or you do not move. Your door latch breaks, you fix it, or your home is not secure. A basic mechanics tool set from Harbor Freight, ratchets, wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers, costs $20 to $40. That is a direct replication of the standard military motor pool kit, not approximate. Direct. The same categories, the same size ranges that military logistics units rely on in the field. Now, I want to be straight with you about something because I respect you too much to oversell this. Harbor Freight had a recall on 1.8 million jack stands in 2020, so you use common sense. You do not trust your life to a $5 jack stand. But a ratchet set, a wrench set, a screwdriver kit, these perform identically to name brand equivalents for the kind of intermittent repair work you will actually need to do. The steel is the same grade for the same task at a fraction of the cost. You are not outfitting a professional mechanic shop. You are building the ability to handle basic repairs when the shops are closed and help is not coming. $20 to $40. That is item 6. Item 7 is the one I want to close with because it is the one that changes your entire thinking about preparedness. 5-gallon jerry cans. Rated for both fuel and potable water storage, stackable, sealed cap, pour spout. Now here's the fact that should stop you. In every declared emergency on record, the item that disappears from store shelves faster than water, faster than bread, faster than batteries, is not a supply. It is a container, not the contents. The container. Because when the power goes out and the pumps go down, the people who survived the first week were not the ones who had the most stuff. They were the ones who had the means to carry and store the resources that became available around them. A neighbor's rainwater. A creek 2 miles down the road. Fuel from a car that would not start. Without a container, none of those resources are accessible to you. Veterans keep a minimum of 4, 2 for fuel, 2 for water. And those are stored as separate, dedicated containers because fuel and water in the same container cross-contaminate. You need to be able to make one resupply run and make it count, because in a real emergency, you may only get one. For jerry cans. Under $60 total, that is item 7. Let me show you something before we close out, because this is the part that changes a list into a system. The bungee cords rig the tarp. The tarp collects the rainwater. The jerrycan stores that water. The propane torch purifies it. The gloves protect your hands while you handle it. The headlamp lets you do all of it at 2 in the morning when the grid has been down for 4 days. The tools let you fix the vehicle that lets you move when you need to move. Every single item on this list supports every other item on this list. That is not a coincidence. That is how veterans think about preparedness. Not as individual purchases. It's a connected system where each piece enables the next. You just built that system for under $80. Compare that to the $500 survival kit and the tactical bag that covers maybe 3 of those functions and none of them as well. The veterans who swear by these items are not being cheap. They are being smart. They understand that redundancy, function, and system thinking are what actually keep people alive when things go wrong. Not brand names, not price tags, not gear that looks impressive in a YouTube thumbnail. The 1973 oil embargo lasted months. Hurricane Katrina lasted weeks. The Texas ice storm lasted 11 days. The people who made it through every one of those events without panic were not the wealthiest or the most tactical. They were the most prepared. And preparation does not have to cost a fortune. It costs $80 and 1 trip to Harbor Freight. Start this week. Pick up the tarps and the gloves first. Those 2 alone cover more emergency scenarios than most people ever plan for. The rest you can build over time, but start. Because the people who made it through every crisis in history share one thing in common. They were already ready before anyone else knew there was a problem. If this video helped you think differently about preparedness, leave a comment and tell me which item you are picking up first. And if you want to go deeper, the next video covers the 11 survival items quietly vanishing from store shelves right now. It's the ones that are gone before most people realize there is a problem. Hit subscribe so you do not miss that one.